What's up, YouTube? Bryce and Michael RC here, and this is my new little toy. This is called the Sunjoe. This is called the Sunjoe pole saw. Looks like it's a 10-inch blade. And it's an electrical saw, so it runs off plug-in, so no gas. It's 8 amps. You can watch this motor turn whenever you use it. It does take a lubricant. You can just get any type of lubricant for it. It's very easy to use. I actually used this a lot this afternoon. I'm going to show you some footage POV of me using this, but this is going to be my review of this. I didn't do any type of an unboxing or anything like that, so very easy to use. So if you have any tree trim, any trees that you need trimmed and stuff, this is the perfect thing. Super cheap from Amazon, only cost about $109 off of Amazon. You get essentially 2 tools out of it, so you don't have to have just a handsaw, and you don't have to just have a pole saw, which in a lot of cases it's the only thing that you're able to buy. This allows you to have what's essentially a full chainsaw and to have a pole saw to add it onto it. So this right here, this handle breaks off, goes onto the end of the pole, and this goes on the other end of the pole. And then when you get done having to use it, at really long distances, then you just break these back apart off the pole and hook them together, and you have a chainsaw. It's pretty easy. It's pretty cool. Fairly easy to use. Comes with this nice little tool that goes with it. It's got what's essentially a flathead screwdriver on one side, and then I think this is a 1/2 inch here. I'm not sure. I'd have to try out my different things on it, but I like this little tool. I'm just going to keep using it for it. So this comes off here, and then this little thing pops off, and you can see, I need to clean this up, that's why I'm taking it apart now. You can see this is a little wheel that turns the chain. These little teeth right here fit inside of a groove, and these teeth on the outside are what cuts. It's got a little tension rod here that's got a little screw on the inside right there that you use the flathead part on to tighten the tension up. So if you want to take this off, twist it to loosen it. That loosens that little tension thing. So I'm just turning that, and now you can pop this off here, and it separates the little blade. This does come with the pole, comes with the cover, comes with this here, and comes with the blade. All separate, so you do have to put it together when you first get it out. So I'm going to take this off so it doesn't rust and clean all this stuff out. You can see all the lubricant and stuff in it. Works really good. What I'm going to do is just switch over to some shots of me using this and talking about it a little bit. It's not very loud. It doesn't have the sound of a gas chainsaw because it doesn't have a gas motor on it. So it's not like like but it's not quiet at the same time either. One thing that I will say, small limbs do get sucked into this. It's got a little open port down here at the bottom. I don't know why this is open, but this little spot right here, see how that comes in, and the chain will suck in pieces and get it wound up. Another thing too, first time using this is where the lubricant comes out here and lubricates the chain while it's going. I did have the chain fall off twice while using it, which is actually pretty good, because I figured with as cheap as this was, that this wouldn't be. It's a fairly heavy piece of equipment. It's heavier than I thought it would be, way more heavy duty with with this bright yellow looking plastic. And it's not like a plastic, it's like a rubbery plastic. But I thought that this would be super cheap and the chain would fall off all the time, especially with how the tension thing is designed. It's just a little nut on a screw. I figured that would loosen constantly and the chain would fall off all the time, just the way that it's designed. And it didn't. So it did pretty good. So it only came off twice, and both times were my fault. And one of them had to do with I got too close to this little bit of wire and it sucked it into this little area and it popped it off. And another time I was going at an angle and I was trying to sweep back and forth, like making it go in this motion here, and it just yanked the chain off. You're not supposed to do that with a chainsaw. So you can see the little teeth in there on the inside there in that groove, and these little teeth here fit in between each one of those little grooves, and it keeps it on really good as long as you keep the tension really good. But yeah, both times were my fault. I don't think they would have came off had I not done both of those things, because it stayed on. It performed admirably for what I figured. And the wood that I was cutting was it's a pretty hard wood, very hard to cut. So I think it did really, really good. I would suggest this to anybody who's looking for just something that, I mean, probably not a job where you're going to take this around and start cutting for a lot of people and starting a business or anything. But like if you need something at your house where you need to cut some limbs and you're not going to use it a lot, I think this would be perfect. And it's going to be perfect for what I'm using it for. I'm probably going to bring it in my dish van and cut limbs for folks that have bad LOS and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But let me show you some of the footage. That long. I was thinking it was going to be longer, but it's really not. I'll try to get this big one. I think we can. I don't know if it's going to be too thick. Yeah, bam. Now you've got a regular I'll go ahead and saw this off. thing, if it starts bending like that on the it's only 8 amps, so it's not going to force its way through. I have to stop it or derail it. Look at that now. I mean, that is a pretty clean cut. That's a pretty good chainsaw. Man, that's it. The one thing I hate is the electrical cord. You get pretty used to it, honestly. Most of the time, it doesn't even bother me. I don't even notice it. But every now and then it'll get tangled up on some of these limbs. Just no way around it. And I have to untangle it. So that's the one downfall of going electrical instead of gas. I mean, you could do a lot with this. Look at that. That's what I wanted to show. Precision. Little tiny. It's not burning it either. I can make me some koozies. There we go. Look at that. Now we ain't cutting down large trees, so it's a pretty small blade. It's only 8 amps. 10-inch blade. The actual saw itself, the motor is only 8 amps, so it's not going to be like a gas-powered one. You're not going to be able to run an extension cord out to your forest behind your house and build a log cabin with it. It's not its purpose. I do think it'll make chainsaw art. Small chainsaw art. I gotta get this one. That's it.